But yeah, that was really like the turning point in the blog career. That was like when I started becoming noticed. That was like a noticeable, that's what happened, kind of thing. And after that, I started learning about linking and backlinks and how do you get people to notice you and all that sort of stuff.
And what about the evolution of your blogging style? Has that changed over the years?
Oh yes, definitely.
How would you describe the evolution?
Well, it started out as like, who the hell's reading this? I could write whatever I want. That's really, I mean, like that's one of the pluses of being anonymous. Being anonymous allows you to write whatever the hell you want, and no matter how many people are reading it, you can twist it in a way where they're not going to know it's you. They can never really be sure. But going anonymous allows you to make money and allows you to do shows and allows you to really take it to a different level than I never ever thought was possible. So I used to write a lot more about people and events and dates. I mean, I remember the first time I got caught writing about someone. I wrote about this girl I went out with, and I wrote that she, her mom invited me in, and her mom was smoking hot. I was like, yes. And then she came down, and I was like, oh my god. She was just... It wasn't possible they were from the same family. There must have been a mix-up, or they must have been smoking dope at the time or something. And she found that. Her friend found that, and her friend knew it was me. And her friend put the two and two together, and I got like the shotgun. The person who hooked us up was going nuts. How can you write this? The whole point of the post was that I wanted to go out with her again, even though she was so nasty, because she was so cool. But that didn't get me.
Did you take the post down?
What?
Did you take the post down?
I think I did take the post down. I've gotten into a habit of taking down probably an average of... I've taken down a lot of posts, because when I became more popular, I realized you can't write things. Like I did a post, the similarities between blacks and Haredim, I took that down.
Why?
Yitz Jordan, Y Love, found that, and he really tuned me into some things. Y Love is a black Hasidic rapper.
Okay.
Very... Convert, very, very religious and very progressively, like, very liberal. And we were becoming friendly at the time through, like, from Satire, and we've done some open mics. And he's like, what the F is this? And he also found a video called, like, Haredi Wigger, where I dressed up as, kind of Wigger. But I was like, yo, girl, what's up, Devorah Lamb? I want to, like, touch your behind. I was, like, doing, like, yeshivish Haredi Wiggerness. I don't know. It was just stupid stuff, but it was stuff that definitely could get me in trouble with the, there's certain lines you can't cross as, like, a big person.
In trouble with what? So
racism, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Although I feel like I should, but I don't. I can't risk that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get people in, and I don't want to... I can offend my own as much as I want, but once you start going out, that's a problem.
Yeah. What are some of the other limits and ways that you've learned to have to compromise to maintain friendships, relationships?
I just can't write as much as openly. I can write openly when I know no one in the place knows who I am, and that happens a lot nowadays because my hair's a little longer. I'm growing kind of this beard situation. They're not expecting me. People a lot of times will email me like, I think I saw you today on Pico, but I thought you live in New York. I'll get emails like that. I wanted to come up to you, but I didn't. I get permission a lot of times now. I'll get permission. Can I write about it? Sure, you can write whatever you want. You can't wite about it, whatever. I tell people I told them I'm not going to write about them. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it known. It's changed more because I also used to write, things change as you realize how many people are reading it. And that changes. When you get to, I'm at last month I had 58,000 readers.
Wow. Yeah.
Uniques. So that creates an issue. 58,000 people are reading it. I would say half of that traffic didn't stay longer than a minute on the site, but the rest of them are spending 4 or 5 minutes on the site. And there aren't my direct traffic is at about 500, is 400 to 500 uniques a day, is direct traffic. So those people are typing in my website directly. Then there's another 200 people who are typing in Frum Satire because from Satire.com they want $65,000. So I'm sure LukeFord.com also they want something. And I had probably, I don't know if you had this issue, but I had the issue of I'm going to buy from Satire.com. It's so cool. it was $60. I'm like, hell no, I'm not paying $60 when I can buy it for 10 later, and then it's $500. I'm like, what the F? And I still didn't think I was going to be big. I just thought, whatever, this is a fun hobby, and then, and the guy's like, I can give you it for $60,000. I'm like, no, I don't have $60,000. So apparently if you trademark yourself, you might be able to pull it away. I don't know, but that's complicated also. You're nodding, How much does your website cost? LukeFord.com. Is it taken by someone else?
I sold it when I stopped writing on the porn industry in 2001, and I signed a deal to get it back in 5 years, and then the guy didn't give it back. And
How much did you sell it for?
$25K.
Oh, you got money. Yeah, I would sell .com for $25,000. Holy crap, man. That's a year-long road trip for me.
Yeah.
So where were we going
were
with
just
this?
talking about the limits, like to maintain relationships and friendships.
There are a lot of limits. I mean, I'm offending people constantly. I'll put up something and it's not meant to be offended, and then someone will be like, "We just spoke about this, and I'm offended." I'll be like, "Well, like that's I've offended people, and then I've written something that they like, and they come back."
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned a long time ago to not really pay attention, to really be me and write what I want, and not pay attention to. If you try to please everyone, you'll ruin it. And I've learned that. I keep relearning that, because a lot of times I'm like, maybe I should change, maybe I should be more this, maybe I should be more that. But when it comes down to it, I can't. I can only do whatever my mind provides me to write. And I've gotten a lot of contributors, which is really cool. I've just developed that. I have probably about 10 regular contributors. Some of them being pretty good. I have an editor, who tells me, she's a lawyer, so she'll tell me if something is too much or if it's not, whatever. Like she edited out the word Butch Dyke last week, though I didn't think, because I was talking about the Castro in San Francisco, so I figured, and that's kind of like a term, that's like, just like, fags versus queers versus femmes versus butch. I think there's a lot of different, but I don't think my readers are on that level, because how many of my readers are probably 70% right-wing and 30% left-wing. I think and the commenters are very right-wing. People who are commenting are much more right-wing than the non-commenters. But fostering relationships, I mean, I know when someone's going to read my stuff. And I know what's going to happen and what's, so I have a meter in my head of what I can pull off. Some stuff I know, I'm like, what, fuck this, I'm doing it. Like the other day, I used the word F. I told the guy to fuck off who commented on my site, and he wrote about, he's like, a lot of people write, every post I write, this blog has been going downhill for some time, or this is not Frum, or whatever. And now I'm just like, fuck you. Like, I do this for free. You don't pay me anything. You say you're going to show up to shows. You don't show up to shows. I don't have to do this, and you're reading this, and I'm providing you with a service. The least you could do is provide some insight into conversation, not blame my spelling or critique me for stupid shit. If you want to add insight. So there's been a debate I talked about with him. I'm not going to do it, but to almost close comments and have it log in. Yeah. Which almost makes you people go another step, so it creates but a lot of people come to my site just for the comments. Yeah. Like, Vuss is nice. Who goes to Vuss is nice to read the articles? I don't want to read the art. Although today they banned braces, you know that? Rav Yosha, big rabbi in Israel, says braces are not allowed on women because it's a separation in the mikveh. The teeth is a separation, whole thing. Whatever it is, it gives me more material, and it's great. So,
what does your girlfriend think about your blog, and does she affect it in any way?
She almost affects it because I'm so flattered that I finally was. I've gone out with a few girls were blog readers, and every single one of them, after we've gone out for some time, has said, your blog's really offensive, or I hate the things you do, or you're making fun of people, or whatever. And I've been dating this girl since July, and she loves she still reads it. Everyone also, once they start going out with me, they don't read it anymore. She's been an active reader for a year before she met me, and she emailed me and asked if we can hang out, because she was an outdoors person, and I'm an outdoors person. Not for a, I don't think it was sexual at the time, or, any attraction or anything. There might have been, I don't know, on her end, but not for me. And, she's really very, very supportive, and she doesn't think that I should work a desk job, a normal job. She thinks I should be doing this for a living. And I've been, really, I like that encouragement. That's really, very cool of her. And she's also, she believes people should do, she's kind of into, into a lot of philosophy and stuff stuff. People should really do what they want to do and what they love, and shouldn't get stuck just because they're making a ton of money at a good job. If they don't like it, that's not life. That's not good.